Hey you guys, it's Britt tonight. We're here to talk about the dark triad and how social media creators, it seems sometimes like the toxic ones, rise to the top and end up getting the most attention and building these huge platforms. But I wanted to talk for just a couple of minutes. If you're interested, please keep watching. All right, you guys. So I was talking to someone over on Instagram yesterday, and I won't say who it is, it doesn't really matter, but we were kind of talking about how these toxic personalities always seem to get the most momentum on social media, and kind of like being nice and being humble, that's not really going to amass these creators who have like 5 million followers. Like I just talked about Tizzy Ent, and he's been really toxic and really problematic, but the guy has almost 6 million followers. And I kind of thought about that, and then I started thinking about how a lot of other large creators have been shown to be toxic, and it just seems like no amount of commentary, no amount of criticism is going to make them change, make them better, make them look from a different perspective at how gross they're being. And it's interesting from my seat as somebody who has a smaller platform. And have I been perfect? Absolutely not. Will I be perfect in the future? No. But as far as going out of my way to be hateful, mean, spread, really hateful messages and use important causes, exploit people for my own financial gain, all of these kinds of things. It kind of seems like if you don't do those things, then your growth is going to be slow and organic, which is fine because, as you guys know, like I'm not doing YouTube full time. And sometimes when people are doing YouTube full time, you also can see that switch because this is their meal ticket. Now it has to work, and they'll do anything to keep their platform afloat. But I did a little bit of research because I wanted to share this with you guys. What does someone who is more educated than me have to say about this? And I found this article, and it's called Why Toxic People Rise to the Top. Now, this is being compared to the corporate world, corporate America. But when I talk about this, I'm not going to read the whole article, but think about these traits and think about some of the creators that are very clearly toxic but have large followings. So it starts out and it says the dark triad and toxic personality. The dark triad is a concept in psychology that describes three aversive qualities. So it's narcissism, Machiavellianism, and psychopathy. Narcissism consists of constant seeking for attention and willingness to be in the center to an extreme degree. Machiavellianism is a tendency to exploit others, whereas psychopathy is characterized by low empathy and heartlessness in social situations. All of these traits have a lot in common with toxic behavior in the workplace. It's because such qualities make manipulation and exploiting others easy. Moreover, people scoring high on these traits are more likely to commit crimes, cause social distress, and act less empathetically towards others. That, of course, in combination with power, is a dangerous mix in a corporate environment. And I'm going to let that sentence run on to also say in a social media environment. Because what we're doing is we're taking people who obviously publicly show us some of these traits, even if it's not on an extreme level, and they are being given these massive platforms and attention and money and followers, and they are just able to march their way right to the top. And if you are somebody who doesn't have any of these traits and you're, just kind of like doing your own thing, it seems like that is not attention grabbing for people on social media, and they are less likely to follow somebody who is staying in the lines. And this article also states that the dark triad elements are the core of a toxic personality. There are many studies that proved such traits can play an important role in getting to the top positions. But every coin has two sides. Whether or not you like it, organizations, especially huge ones, need both types of people. Those who can be great leaders and facilitators, but also those who can be the bad cop. You just need to find out how to work with toxic people and how to cope with them. So I'm going to link this entire article down below. I thought that it was interesting when thinking about social media personalities. And you know, what I will finish out my thoughts, because I don't want this video to be really long. If you are following somebody who seems like, they're not here to like really grab a whole lot of attention, they're not being toxic or anything like that, continue to follow them, continue to lift them up, because those are a lot of times the people who have problems staying motivated, because it feels like, nobody cares, like how important is this conversation kind of thing, because I have been at those crossroads myself. And if you are following somebody who exploits others or who is toxic and is using a cause like true crime or whatever it is, but they are very obviously being toxic, take into consideration, is this somebody who I want to be a part of making their platform bigger? Do I want to be putting money in this person's pocket? Because as a reminder, if you're watching somebody who is toxic, hateful, cruel, even if you're, quote, hate watching, you are still putting money in that creator's pocket. So the best thing to do is completely ignore them, unsubscribe from their channels, and act like they don't exist. Because eventually, if enough people have the same frame of mind as you do, they will fizzle out into irrelevancy and no longer be able to pay their bills. And we know, kind of where that goes from there, because most of these people are driven by the money. That's what they want. Yes, the followers are fine, all of that, but they want the money that comes with the platform. That's why they're so quick to do Patreon and merch and YouTube paid memberships and stuff. I'm not saying that all of that is always bad, but if you're being toxic and you've got, 8 hands out as a way to make money off of these people, but you're actually being a hateful bigot or a jerk, then I think that is, that would be enough for me to rethink, do I want to put money in this person's pocket? But figured I would bring this to you guys as a little random topic. Tell me how you feel about all of this down below. And if you're interested, of course, I will link that entire article. But for now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.